at 5 o'clock. Nikah happens at 7:30. Yeah, we sent out the invitation at 5 o'clock, but did you think really the nikah is going to take place at 5 o'clock when we have given the time 5 o'clock? So you already have to understand certain things of that culture that you live in. But alhamdulillah, there are many examples when they have given the time, they have stuck to the time as well. And I can relate to many who are sitting in the crowd over here, but because I've been reciting nikahs for many of them. Sallu ala Muhammad wa So establish times of the day and commit. So for example, make a plan to spend 15 to 30 minutes just being with your children. When you establish this time, the quality of presence will spill over all the other parts of the day. As opposed to having this connection and togetherness, because we'll sit down for lunch and we'll sit down for dinner, we'll have this family time when we sit down to watch something together. No. Have that dedicated time where you disconnect from everything else and you have this time specifically for them. Number 4, learn to listen. This is a very important skill. And a lot of us lack in this skill, especially if we gain a little bit of knowledge. If you become a little bit of knowledgeable and we gain some ilm, then we don't want to listen to anyone. Because if anyone's talking to us, that means they're lecturing us. So we're going to go ahead and speak on top of that. Scholars need to have this attitude as well, where there are more ears than there are more tongue. That they're open to listen to people. A lot of the therapies that are done over here in this part of the world, mental health related, and other chaplaincies. I took a course in police chaplaincy, and what they taught us, when you go to his house, when they've been struck with some tragedy, you can do your chaplaincy by remaining quiet. You can do all the hard work by remaining silent. You just let them talk. You just let them say whatever they want to say, and you be all ears to them. That's all we need at that moment. And you can do all your chaplaincy without having uttered a word. You know where I learned this from? Imam Jafar al-Sadiq.
Allahumma salli ala
Guide people toward our path without using your tongues. You don't need to use them. Show your character. This character of yours will bring them to us. So that's number 4. Learn to listen. Listening is truly a skill. Train yourself. Listen without judgment, first and foremost. This can be so hard sometimes. We have high expectations, and it is with every expectation, of course, when they're not met, then what happens? Disappointment comes along. So be conscious of how you do that and work to avoid it. Your children and you will both benefit when you are ears to each other and when you're listening. Number 5, and I'll conclude. Pray and do acts of worship as a family. This beautiful religion that Allah has bestowed upon us has given us so many opportunities to do things together. This deen is about togetherness. This deen is about bringing people together. You could have easily prayed at home, not Jummah, of course. Jummah has to be done in congregation, but you could have easily prayed at home, Fajr, or Asr, Maghrib, Isha, but you make an effort to come and do Salat in Jama'ah. Or when you're at home, you can't come to Masjid or Imam Baraka. Even at home, 4 or 5 people at home, do Salat in Jama'ah. Togetherness, right? This congregation. Not only the reward and thawab will multiply of the salat which is being done in congregation, but the sense and the bond that it will create because you're doing things together. That connection, of course, will resonate in the children as well. As they grow older, they're seeing that you're doing tasbih together, you're doing dhikr together, you're holding them near to yourself, you're speaking gently, and of course when you're sitting on the musalla, you'll be speaking gently, inshallah, salam musalla, I can't guarantee that. But at least when you are in the barakah, you think that you are in the barakah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you have dedicated a room where you offer your salat, and you're sitting and you're doing dhikr, you're speaking gently, of course this has great effects on the children. So creating a foundation built on the connection will allow for a more learning environment. It also establishes an expectation that communication and collaboration between people are valued in different settings, whether it be at home, whether it be when you're sending them to school, when you're coming together for programs like this, whether you're doing, for example, even homeschooling to your children, all different types of these things, the togetherness, that foundation will go a long way. So this was the talk for the day, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, especially in this month, the month which is month of mercy, month which has great rewards for every day, of course, and for certain specific days
शहरान ने करवाई है मंडे को ही,
numerous days of this month,
संडे को छोड़ के।
celebrations on numerous days of this month. You have two
आप
days
announcement कर दें
in this
संडे
month
की।
for that matter. So therefore,
No.
utilize these opportunities.
पता नहीं हमारे मौलवियों को नजर ही नहीं आता।
Sometimes people get tired. There's so many programs that were here in
पहले सुनने को उन्होंने डिक्लेयर कर दिए संडे को।
You're establishing this connection. This is especially your,
पहले सुनने को
larger
संडे को।
family, and you're with them. And of course, you need these connections. You know, in times of need, in times of distress, in time of ease. That's why this is one of the most beautiful religions there is, which promotes congregation. Every amal, every act that is done in congregation, and of course seeking nearness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us tawfiq and ability to follow these 5 tips, if it is possible for us, to make a concerted effort to make our connections, especially with our kids, especially with our children, better and better every single day. إن هذا الحديث وأبلغ الموعظة كتاب الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر.